This morning, a 73-year-old woman passed away peacefully in her sleep. No chronic illness, no hospital visits, no cries for help. She'd spent the evening laughing on the phone with her sister, left dishes in the sink to wash in the morning, and set her alarm for the usual 7 a.m. But morning came, and she didn't wake up. Stories like this feel all too close, especially when you're in your 70s or beyond. Not because they're dramatic, but because they're quiet, sudden. And often there were signs, subtle ones that went unnoticed. Not dramatic symptoms, but tiny, everyday choices that built up silently over time. You see many older adults go about their daily routines without realizing that some of the smallest habits, the ones that seem harmless or even helpful, can quietly contribute to serious problems like falls, heart strain, strokes, or memory loss. They don't happen all at once, but they accumulate, and then one day, everything changes. That's why in this video, we're going to explore 6 of the most common yet overlooked daily mistakes people over 70 tend to make. The goal isn't to scare you, but to give you insight, clarity, and control. Because what you don't know can hurt you, but what you learn now can help protect your future and possibly save your life or the life of someone you love. You've made it this far for a reason. Let's make sure the days ahead are filled with strength, awareness, and the kind of peace that comes from knowing you're taking care of yourself, gently and wisely. If this message resonates with you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. Let's dive into life-saving wisdom together. 1. Don't exert yourself on an empty stomach. The early morning hours can feel quiet and calm, almost sacred. Maybe you wake with the sun, drawn to the stillness of the house or the promise of a new day. Many older adults feel a pull to get going right away, especially those who've spent a lifetime rising early, staying busy, and pushing through fatigue. But there's something you should know. The way you treat your body in those first few moments after waking can have lasting consequences. And one of the most common mistakes? Exerting yourself on an empty stomach. You might think a quick walk or stretching before breakfast is harmless, even healthy. After all, staying active is important. Here's the truth. Your body wakes up in a fasted state. After hours of sleep with no food or water, your blood sugar is low, your energy reserves are depleted, and your heart is more sensitive to sudden shifts in blood pressure. For older adults, especially those in their 70s and 80s, this can create the perfect storm for dizziness, fainting, or even cardiac events like strokes or arrhythmias. Science backs this up. As we get older, our autonomic nervous system, the part that controls things like blood pressure and heart rate, becomes less efficient. That means your heart takes longer to respond to sudden changes, especially when you stand up quickly or begin exerting yourself without proper fuel. The risk may not be obvious right away, but over time, these small strains can take a toll. So what should you do instead? Begin your day with gentle care. Before reaching for the garden gloves or heading out for a brisk walk, give your body a little something to work with. A light breakfast, like a banana, a slice of toast, or some warm oatmeal, can help stabilize your blood sugar and support safer circulation. Even sipping warm water with a pinch of salt or a splash of lemon can help rehydrate and gently wake up your system. And remember, movement isn't the enemy. Timing is. Once your body has had a chance to wake, fuel up, and adjust to being upright, then gentle stretches or a slow walk can be a beautiful way to energize your day. Too often, we rush into our mornings out of habit or guilt, believing productivity equals worth. But your worth isn't measured by how fast you move. It's measured by how well you care for the one body that's carried you this far. So tomorrow, when you open your eyes, take it slow, sit up, breathe, Let the morning light fill your room. Then nourish yourself with kindness, with food, and with intention. You don't have to leap into the day to prove anything. Just begin softly, steadily, and safely, because your morning should begin with nourishment, not strain. 2. Don't get out of bed too quickly. Not all dangers come loudly. Some slip in quietly, disguised as harmless habits. And one of the most overlooked is how you get out of bed. For seniors, that simple act, done too fast or without care, can lead to dizziness, imbalance, or even a dangerous fall. It's a small moment, yes, but one that deserves big attention. You may not notice it right away. Maybe you wake up feeling a little foggy or stiff, and without thinking, you throw back the covers and stand. But suddenly the room tilts. Your knees wobble. Your heart races. That lightheadedness is more than just a nuisance. It could be a warning sign. There's a medical term for it. Orthostatic hypotension. It means your blood pressure drops sharply when you go from lying down to standing up. And as we grow older, our bodies become less able to adjust quickly. The result? Dizziness, blurred vision, or worse, a sudden fall. Falls are one of the leading causes of serious injury in adults over 70. Broken hips, head trauma, and lengthy hospital stays often begin with something as simple as standing too fast. What starts as a rushed morning can end in weeks of recovery. But here's the good news. This is something you can control. You don't need equipment or medication, just mindfulness. Start by waking gently. Before you even sit up, take a few deep breaths. Let your lungs fill slowly, as if you're greeting the day from the inside out. Stretch your arms, your toes, your back. Feel your body wake up piece by piece. Then slowly shift to a sitting position. Let your feet dangle off the bed. Pause here. Take another breath. Notice how your head feels. Only when you're steady and grounded should you stand, and even then, do so carefully. This small pause, this breath between sleeping and standing, might be the most powerful habit you build this year. And no, it's not laziness, it's wisdom. Giving your body time to catch up with your spirit is an act of self-respect. You've earned the right to move at a pace that supports your health. Not rush into a day just to keep up with an old routine. There's something deeply human about wanting to get up and get going. But there's something even more powerful about choosing to start your day in alignment with what your body truly needs now. So resist the urge to jump out of bed. Instead, greet the day the way you would an old friend, with calm, warmth, and patience. 3. Don't strain in the bathroom. Most people don't talk about it, but that doesn't mean it's not serious. Straining in the bathroom might seem harmless until it leads to something far more dangerous than discomfort. It happens behind a closed door, in a room where we often rush, ignore discomfort, and assume everything we experience is just a normal part of getting older. But for many people over 70, what happens in the bathroom each morning isn't just inconvenient, it could be life-threatening. If you've ever found yourself straining while trying to have a bowel movement, you're not alone. Constipation becomes more common as we age due to slower digestion, reduced activity, certain medications, and even a lack of hydration. But here's the part most people don't realize, that straining, especially first thing in the morning, puts sudden, intense pressure on the heart and blood vessels. And for someone with high blood pressure, a vulnerable heart, or a history of cardiovascular problems, that pressure can be dangerous. Medical studies have shown that straining while using the bathroom can trigger a surge in blood pressure and reduce oxygen to the brain. In serious cases, it can even lead to fainting, strokes, or heart attacks, especially in those early hours when your body is still adjusting to being awake. But the solution isn't complicated. It starts with treating your body with gentleness and awareness, even during the moments that seem mundane. The first step is to stay hydrated. Begin your day with a glass of water, preferably warm. It helps awaken the digestive system and soften the stool. And throughout the day, keep sipping. Many seniors unknowingly live in a constant state of mild dehydration, which only makes morning bathroom trips more difficult. Adding more fiber to your meals, like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, also helps keep things moving naturally, and movement plays a key role too. A short walk after breakfast can stimulate your gut and prevent sluggishness later on. But just as important as what you eat and drink is how you sit. Give yourself time. Don't rush the process. Sit in a position that supports your posture, keeping your feet flat on the floor or slightly elevated. This reduces strain on your pelvic floor and lowers the pressure inside your abdomen. And perhaps most important of all, leave the distractions behind. The bathroom should be a place for your body to focus and relax, not a place for scrolling or reading. When your attention is pulled away, your body tenses. You lose connection with the signals it's trying to send you. If you feel discomfort, don't push through it and dismiss it as a natural part of aging. Discomfort is your body speaking up, gently saying something's not quite right. It deserves to be heard. This part of your morning may feel small or even a little awkward to talk about, but it matters, because how you treat yourself in the quietest moments says everything about how you value your health. There's nothing shameful about needing a bit more care, patience, or support in these routines. It's not about weakness, it's about wisdom, the kind that says, I don't have to suffer silently, I can make this better. If you're still with me, I hope what I've shared helps you or someone you care about make more mindful choices in your 70s. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing and sharing it with someone who might need this message. Let's keep going. 4. Don't isolate yourself from loved ones. We often think of health as something that happens in the body. Blood pressure, heart rate, mobility. It lives in the quiet spaces between us. In conversation, emotional connection, and the simple joy of knowing we're not alone. It's surprisingly easy to slip into solitude as we get older. Children grow up and move away. Friends relocate or pass on. A once busy household grows still. Days begin to blend together and the phone rings less. You may find yourself wondering, does anyone really notice whether I'm here or not? But please hear this, your presence still matters. Your voice, your story, your smile, it all brings something irreplaceable into the world. You are not meant to fade quietly into the background. Social isolation among older adults is more than just an emotional weight. It's a serious health risk. Studies have shown that prolonged loneliness can increase the likelihood of depression, speed up cognitive decline, and even raise the risk of early death. The mind and heart are not separate from the body. They're woven into your health in powerful ways. Yet here's the beautiful part. Even small efforts can breathe new life into your days. Start with a phone call, one a week, maybe to a friend you haven't spoken to in months, or a grandchild who would love to hear your voice. Reach out not because you're a burden, but because connection is a gift for both of you. Consider joining a group in your community, maybe a walking club, a choir, or a senior center gathering. Volunteering even just once a month can bring a powerful sense of purpose. And if getting out is difficult, let technology lend a hand. Learning to use a simple video chat app with help from a family member or neighbor can open a whole new world of connection. Take Helen from Minnesota, for example. At 75, the lockdowns left her feeling more alone than ever. But instead of retreating, she reached out. She invited a few friends to a weekly online card group, and slowly more people joined. They shared laughs, tears, and stories every Thursday afternoon. Today, Helen says she feels more deeply connected than she did in her 50s. Connection doesn't just pass the time, it adds meaning to it. It lifts your mood, sharpens your memory, and reminds you that your life still touches others in ways you may not even see. So if the silence feels heavy some days, don't wait for someone else to fill it. Reach out, be the light. You never know whose heart you'll warm just by showing up. 5. Don't skip your regular health checkups. You've given so much to others over the years, but now it's time to show up for yourself by staying informed, proactive, and committed to your well-being. A checkup isn't a chore. It's a declaration that your health still matters. It's easy to push them off. The appointment reminder comes in the mail or on the phone, and you think, "I feel fine, I'll deal with it later." But here's the truth: some of the most serious health conditions don't announce themselves with pain or visible symptoms. They linger quietly: hypertension, high cholesterol, early-stage diabetes, until one day they don't stay quiet anymore. That's why your regular health screenings are not just a routine, they're a lifeline. Think of your checkups as a conversation between you and your body, a chance to catch problems before they become crises. When issues are detected early, treatment is more effective, less invasive, and far more likely to preserve your independence and quality of life. And just as important, a clean bill of health offers something just as valuable: peace of mind. There's also something deeply empowering about staying in tune with your body. Knowledge allows you to be proactive, not reactive. It helps you make confident decisions instead of fearful guesses. You're not just showing up for an appointment, you're standing up for your future. These visits aren't limited to one kind of doctor either. A comprehensive approach includes your annual physical, but also your dental health, eye health, hearing, and even mental well-being. Depression and anxiety don't always look like sadness. They can feel like fatigue, irritability, or disinterest in life. Talking to someone about how you're really feeling isn't weakness, it's courage. And if making appointments feels overwhelming, take it step by step. Schedule just one. Ask for help from a loved one or write it on the calendar. These small steps build a stronger foundation beneath you. The best part, you don't have to do it alone. Your care team, doctors, nurses, specialists, exists not just to treat illness, but to support your vitality. They're not just watching for problems, they're helping you stay strong, mobile, and mentally sharp for the years ahead. You've already walked through decades of life. You've faced joy, heartbreak, transitions, and triumphs. That experience is worth protecting, not by chance, but by choice. And making those checkups part of your rhythm is one of the simplest, most powerful choices you can make. 6. Don't ignore your mental health. Some wounds aren't visible. Some heaviness isn't physical. As we age, we learn to hide our pain behind strength. But emotional health doesn't vanish just because you've learned to cope. It still needs tending, gently and consistently. Many seniors carry an unspoken weight, sadness that creeps in quietly, loneliness that feels deeper with each quiet evening, or anxiety that bubbles up without warning. And too often, these emotions are brushed aside with words like, "It's just part of getting older," or "Everyone feels this way at this age." But those beliefs aren't just mistaken, they're harmful. Feeling down, disconnected, or overwhelmed isn't a natural part of aging. It's a signal, a gentle nudge from within, telling you it's time to tend to your emotional garden. You've spent a lifetime caring for others, raising families, working hard, supporting friends. But now it's time to turn that same compassion inward. Emotional well-being isn't a luxury, it's essential. There are powerful tools available to help you heal and reconnect. Something as simple as joining a local group or support circle can remind you that you're not alone in what you're feeling. Whether it's a grief group, a faith-based community, or a club centered around something you enjoy. These spaces are where shared stories bring comfort and new friendships take root. Mindfulness and journaling also offer quiet strength. Sitting with your thoughts in stillness or writing them down without judgment helps release burdens you may not even realize you're carrying. And therapy, yes, even in your 70s, 80s, or beyond, can be a life-affirming path forward. Speaking to someone trained to listen without bias can feel like lifting a weight off your chest you've been silently carrying for years. Take, for example, Marlene, a 72-year-old widow from Arizona. After losing her husband, she felt like her world had gone dark. "I didn't think I needed help," she admitted. "I just thought I had to survive it." But after joining a local grief circle, something shifted. She laughed again. She cried in good company. And most of all, she remembered how it felt to be truly seen. "It brought me back to life," she said. That kind of renewal isn't just for someone else. It's possible for you too. The journey back to emotional peace starts with one small step. One call, one conversation, one honest moment with yourself. There is no age limit on healing, no expiration date on joy. Your emotional health is a vital part of your whole self, and tending to it now isn't a sign of weakness, it's an act of wisdom. Avoiding these 6 common morning mistakes isn't about adding more worry to your plate. It's about giving you more freedom, more clarity, and more strength to continue doing what you love. Whether it's protecting your heart, staying connected, or tending to your emotional well-being, every small shift matters. You deserve to enjoy your mornings with ease. You deserve peace in your routine. You deserve the kind of care that lifts you up, not wears you down. So tell us, what part of this video spoke to your heart today? Was there a reminder you needed, or something you've already changed in your own life? Leave a comment below. We read every single one, and your voice may be exactly what another person needs to hear. And if this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Together, let's keep moving forward, smarter, stronger, and more connected in these golden years we've all earned.